Qué onda, mi gente? It's your boy 12, a.k.a. Mr. J, aquí de nuevo. Es enero 31, ya se está acabando 2022. Salud. Right now I'm setting up. I'm gonna make a video. Last video of the year. Last video of 2022. Yeah, it's done. It was a trippy year. It was a nice year, trippy year, good year. Gracias a Dios for everything. You know, aside from everything, gracias a Dios for everything he's done for me and my family. Some light in here. Pero gracias a Dios. Let me see. Let me add some light in here. It's a little dark in the room. There we go. Yeah, so yeah. I'm once again, gracias a Dios for this year. Good and bad, happy and sad. Aquí estamos. Hopefully for you, you know, however it was, you know, it's still another day. Tomorrow's the same. Nothing's gonna change in reality. But we have esa mentalidad that we could start fresh, you know, pretty much like Mondays, we start fresh. Every day you start fresh. So tomorrow, start fresh, you know, just take it easy, have a good time. If you're with your family, have a good time. If you're with your loved ones, friends, whoever's by yourself, have a good time, you know. Happy New Year's, happy end of the year. Y de parte de mí, you know, God bless, que Dios los bendiga, you know. Y ya lo que venga este año, pues que venga y hay que darle gas. Este video lo quiero hacer porque para comer ahora, lo que voy a hacer en un ratito son carnitas. Voy a hacer unas carnitas y voy a hablar poquito de eso porque sí las ha calado como 3 veces. Ha calado de hacer carnitas como 3 veces y yo creo esta va a ser mi cuarta porque yo me acuerdo cada vez que las hago. So, las he hecho 4 veces. La primera vez me salieron, yo digo, pues no muy bien. No estaban mal. La gente se las comió. Mi familia que estaba aquí se las comió. La segunda vez, yo creo es cuando me salieron mejor. No sé por qué, pero el sabor, todo me salió mejor. No para decir que eran las mejores carnitas, pero me salieron mejor. La tercera vez, en mi opinión, no me batallé más para hacerlas. Ahora me voy a calar otra vez a hacerlas, ya que se va a acabar el año. Voy a calarme. Lo que pasa es que la historia de esto, poquito, yo vengo de 2 familias que hacen carnitas. I come from 2 families that make carnitas. El lado de mi mamá, los López, y el lado de mi papá, los Valencias. I'll give you my quick on who I think makes them better, but I'll also talk about that. Pero like pretty much my uncles on my mom's side, I have the 3 brothers on my mom, they all make carnitas, whether it's for business or just for family or for whatever, but they make carnitas. And I want to give a shout out to Paco's Tacos, because every time I make carnitas, I hit him up kind of to give me an idea. I also talked to my mom about it because my mom used to see my dad do them. So she has an idea. So pretty much my grandpa, from my mom's side, my grandpa taught my 3 uncles, from my understanding. He used to do it for business. He used to kill pigs in Mexico, and taught my uncles how to gut pigs and cook them up. So in that aspect, that's from what I understand. My grandpa Alfredo taught my uncles, which I have 3 uncles on my mom's side, how to make carnitas. And I've tried, to be honest, I have 3 uncles. They're older. But the oldest one, I've tried them once or twice in my life, and they were bomb. The middle uncle, I've never tried them. I don't think I've ever tried them, so I can't say if they're good or not. And then my tío, shout out to Paco's Tacos. He's right here located in Santana. Best carnitas in town. Once you try his carnitas, you'll compare any carnitas you eat to his. I guarantee that. Not because he's my tío or anything, but yeah. And the trip is, none of my cousins that I know how to make them. None of my cousins from their sons, in regards to their sons, know how to make them. Now on my dad's side, I know my dad used to make carnitas. That I remember how they taste like, I don't remember. But he knew how to make them. I remember him making them. I was a kid a couple times, and I just don't remember how they taste. I have a tia that knows how to make them. She lives in El DF. And I think she became real successful money-wise in El DF. She has her own little puesto in the market. If you've been to DF, it's just you walk in the market and they're cooking carnitas right there. And I remember she was in front of Telemundo, and she's like, all the people from Telemundo come down here to eat their tacos. So she made an empire pretty much on carnitas, which from what I remember, that's her recipe. And this is from my dad's side. And from what I remember, she had a couple pads. You know what I mean? She had a couple. She was what you call rich in Mexico, in la ciudad de DF. I remember she had a bunch of cars. Not to say high class cars, but she had a bunch of cars. She had rutas. I think she had like 2 or 3 buses that did rutas, transportation over there, because transportation is different than it is right here in the U.S. She had apartments that she rented out, apartment complexes that she owned. I remember when I went there, she pointed at a high-rise building, and she's like, I think she said 2. Let's just say 2. I own 2 rooms, 2 suites, or 2 spots right there, pretty much in that skyrise. So if you ever come down here and you want to stay, I'll put you up there. So she was balling. And she made her off carnitas. She made her life. Then I have my tío, one of my tíos, from my dad's side of the family. He makes carnitas too. I've never tried them, but he has a carniceria, and he makes carnitas there. He sells carnitas, from my understanding. I'm not sure, but he made his life doing carnitas. And then I remember I have another uncle, one of my dad's younger brothers. I would see him make carnitas at parties. People would hire him to make parties at carnitas en fiestas. But I don't remember how they taste, because I didn't really associate too much with my dad's family. But pretty much, I think all the brothers, I don't know, I think there's one more brother, but I think all the brothers on my dad's side of the family learned how to make carnitas. Now, I can't say how they learned. If it was my grandpa that used to make them, I never heard none of that. I haven't heard the story if my grandpa taught them that. But I do have more communication with my mom's side of the family. So I've heard that they make carnitas through my uncle. My grandpa taught the sons how to make carnitas. And they all make it different. The 3 brothers have different recipes. Over here, I don't know the recipes, like I said, but pretty much I come from 2 families that make carnitas. And the bombest carnitas, like I said, once again, shout out to Paco's Tacos, my tío Paco, hands down. In Santana, look it up on Instagram, Paco's Tacos, I think that's what it is. Or you could go on my Instagram, Dwell, aka Mr. J, Dwell _ aka Mr. J. And he sells tacos every Friday, at his pad. So, and I remember I'll call him to get a recipe. I'll call my mom to see how they make it. Obviously, everybody makes it different, And from my understanding, I've tried to see, but you gotta respect. Obviously he ain't gonna give you the full recipe, but he's giving me ideas, my tío Paco, on how to make them. I just don't make them. Like I said, I counted them. This is gonna be my 4th time in my life that I make carnitas. I have a little caso right here. But I do want to learn, you know what I mean? Si quiero aprender a hacer carnitas just for me, and if I invite people over, so I could cook some food. I like cooking. At the end of the day, I like cooking, and I think that comes from my family. Salud. First beer of the end of the year. So, in reality, why I started when I tried it, like I said, I don't do carnitas so often. I probably, within the last 10 years, I've done it 4 times. Pero se me antojó, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. I mean, it's never too late. It's never too late para empezar, para practicar. Ahora le hablé a mi tío, what kind of meat do I get? Pero he didn't answer. By the time he answered, I already got it. I had an idea and kind of remembered, but I just wanted to make sure. And I got a little bit of extra things too, because when I went to Michoacán Grajenal a couple weeks ago, in reality, they cook the whole pig and you eat the whole pig, you know? So they're pulling out piernas, they're pulling out everything. Aquí nomás people get maciza, buche, cueritos, you know? But I was like, I'm gonna get some ribs and throw them in there, you know? Because over there they cook the whole pig. I was like, this is the whole pig. So we're eating the whole pig, and we're not just eating a certain part. So you can make carnitas, from my understanding, with anything, with the whole pig. Obviously, you need certain meats, because you can't make carnitas with the ears, you know, or the head. But you could all mix it all up, you know. So yeah, I thought about it. I'm gonna make some carnitas today for the end of the year. Hopefully they come out good. But in reality, back to what I was saying, me dio porque I was, you know, my dad wasn't into the carnitas too much. You know, he was a cook. I remember my dad used to cook cabeza, hacía cabeza for certain people. They'd tell him, hey, him and his homies make a cabeza, and they start drinking, make some carnitas. But my dad didn't do it because for certain reasons, I don't think he got into it as much. It was just more of a every once in a while type thing. He'd get with his friends. But he never really did it for like parties, events, like my tios do, you know? But I was like, one time I was with my uncle Paco, and I was helping him a little bit, and I realized, I'm like, hey, you know what? Do your sons know how to make it? And he's like, they're learning. But I was like, okay, you know? Then I asked one of my other tios, I was like, hey, does your son know how to make it? He's like, nah, he doesn't know how. And I was like, oh, shoot. And like, I don't know too much on my family side, my dad's side, but I don't think the sons know how to make it either, the kids. And that's when it came to me. I was like, you know what? Nobody knows, that generation se va a morir. You know what I mean? The generation of both my sides. And I'm like, I have it on both my sides of the family. And it's like, I should know this. I should know how to make carnitas. You know, I have it. It's in my. Even if I don't make them good, it's like at least I should learn how to make them. It's in my legacy. You know, on both my sides. You know, even from my dad, he knew how to make them. So por eso me dio el interés. I was like, none of the cousins know. This is gonna die out. You know, this is gonna die out. None of the cousins have ever really made carnitas. Even if they have their dads that really make carnitas. And on my dad's side, I know I'm one of the oldest. I'm not the oldest, but I'm one of the oldest on my dad's side. And so I know the younger cats they ain't messing with that. It's a new generation, you know. I don't think they're messing with that. And on my mom's side, I'm in the middle. There's older guys than me, and none of them ever made carnitas, so that I know of. So that's why I was like, I gotta learn how to make carnitas. So I'm gonna be trying myself out today. I'm gonna be in reality, because I was like, what are we gonna do today? I ain't really trying to go out, trying to stay home. It's raining, so hopefully it goes well. Está lloviendo. But I hit up, you know, like 2-3 friends. Said come over, but I don't know if they're gonna come because it's kind of late. But I even told my wife, tell your family, you know, if they want to come. But it's kind of late already. I think she was like, whatever, let's just kick it out. So I bought a lot, so hopefully if somebody doesn't come, well, ni modo. But at the same time, like I said, every time I make them, I said, voy a practicar, es para practicar. So hopefully it goes good, you know. Hopefully they come out good. Hopefully I don't burn them. Yeah, this video, I just wanted to talk about how carnitas comes from my family, and why I'm making them, and that's why I'm doing it today, because I want my little daughter to have that in her picture. My dad used to make carnitas every once in a while, because she knows her uncles make carnitas. She's seen a couple of my uncles make carnitas. From at least two of my uncles, she's seen them make carnitas. So I want her to remember that, because she's already second generation, and I don't want the mindset of of Mexicanos, you know, like to forget what a Mexicano is, where we come from, and what we do, because she's already going to grow up different. She might not see what I seen growing up in regards to the cultura. She might not be into it, but at least I want her to remember, even like, oh, I remember one time my dad made carnitas. That's why I do it too, because it's like, I only have one little girl. I don't have a son, but I try to teach my daughter, not like a boy, but she's girly, but she's my only daughter, so I try to teach her, feed her mind, everything, you know, even like if not like my son, but how to survive. Sometimes I'm a little hard on her because it's my only daughter, and when she grows up, she's gonna, I don't know how her life's gonna be, so I want her to learn how to stay motivated and keep pushing, and how to sometimes get your own stuff, you know, like I would a boy, like I would a son, because I only have one girl, so I can't pass certain things to my son, but I can kind of have my daughter at least visualize what certain things. But yeah, that's I have family, like I said, on both my sides. I make carnitas. I don't really remember my dad's side, how they taste. They're carnitas, because I don't associate with them that much. But I know my two uncles, not the middle one from them three. I don't remember trying his, but the other two uncles, they're good. The older one, I remember I helped him make them, like cut it up once, prepararlas, and they were good. But once you try my tío Paco's tacos right here in Santana, and you'll never any carnitas you eat, you compare them to his. And I'm not trying to be on that level, but if I do make them that good, then cool, you know. I just want to eventually, you know, invite people over, and hey, let's make some carnitas and have some good time. I remember my family would make carnitas, my dad's friends, or whatever they do, and they jalaban un norteño, just chilling, drinking beers, jalando un norteño and cooking food, you know. Ya comían, you know. And I remember those times, so I'm like, those are cool. And that's why también quiero aprender a hacerlas, just to get people together. They come over, you know, let's hang out, you know, have some friends over, family over. But I'm not ready to invite people over. I'll invite some people where that I know they're not gonna criticize the carnitas. They're just gonna eat it. Like I said, I invited some friends today, but eventually, if I get good, I'm gonna, you know, eventually make more and more. Maybe buy a bigger caso and buy some people. I want to make them good. I'll invite my uncles over, like, but I you know, I don't want them to. I'm not ready. But así aprendemos. And don't be scared. If you ever want to try something, just try it. You know, if it comes out bad, it comes out bad. What's the worst that could happen? You know, just eat it. And that's my little story about carnitas. So just want to throw it up there. End of the year video, last video. So stay tuned for more. Much love and respect. Have a happy ending 2022 once again, and let's welcome 2023 with God in our hearts and our mind ahead, and our vision ahead. So much love. Gracias. Support me next year, 2023. I want to monetize. YouTube didn't let me monetize. I had it, but like I explained in another video, they didn't let me. But 2023, I want to push it to where at least I can become an actual YouTuber, where I'm recognized as a YouTuber, more subscribers, more likes, more comments, and etc. etc. It's your boy Dwell, aka Mr. J, and may God bless and have a happy new year. Peace.